There's nothing quite as creepy as unexplained sounds, especially if they are heard in places with known paranormal activity. Some of the sounds we will listen to today are EVPs, so are open to interpretation. The other sounds are normal recordings that are simply unexplained. So from a case of sounds being heard underneath someone's home in the UK that the police refused to look into, that strongly suggested something very sinister was going on underground, to one of the most compelling paranormal EVPs we've heard in a long time. Here we look at 5 creepy sounds and paranormal EVP recordings. Before we get started, we just wanted to say a massive Happy New Year's to all of our viewers. I cannot express how grateful we all are for all of you. We also wanted to let you all know that if you want to watch our full feature documentaries, you'll need to become Patreons. Our next documentary will be on the life and death of Stanley Kubrick, and even mentioning the things we talk about in the documentary would probably make this video unsuitable for ads. He was an interesting man, and it really seems like he was putting secret messages in his movies. That'll be posted on Patreon in the next week or two. After that, we have a Murderous Minds on Joseph Mengele, and then one on Jim Jones and the Jonestown Massacre. If you want to view them, you'll need to become a patron. But like we said last time, if you genuinely cannot afford the $2 per month, email us at info@top5s.co.uk and we will give you access for free. Now, let's get started. The Morse Mill Hotel. The Morse Mill Hotel is located just west of St. Louis, near the small town of Hillsborough, Missouri. It was originally built in 1816 as a one-room house, then later expanded to its current size by its namesake, John Morse. For many years, Morse, who was an engineer, lived in the house with his family, but since then, it has had many owners and uses, including a hospital for Confederate prisoners of war, a hotel, a speakeasy, and even a brothel. It is also believed to have been a stop on the Underground Railroad, so it's seen a fair bit of history over the years, and many famous people are known to have frequented the place, including Frank Dalton, who claimed to be Jesse James, Al Capone, and Charlie Chaplin. However, it's best known as being the home and workplace of America's first known female serial killer, Bertha Gifford, who is believed to have poisoned numerous children and adults with her arsenic-laced chocolates. She was eventually arrested for murder, but found not guilty due to insanity, and she spent the rest of her life in a mental hospital. Her grave is in a small cemetery down the road from the hotel. It's believed her husband, who she poisoned, haunts the hotel, and guests have reported seeing him in a flowing trench coat, looking out of a window on the second floor. But he is not the only ghost at the hotel. Guests and paranormal investigators have reported an array of paranormal activity. Many have seen a large shadowy figure in the hallways, thought to be the ghost of John Morse, and ghost hunters frequently experience equipment malfunctions in certain rooms and items moving around. While with all this activity at the Morse Hotel, we were interested when we found this video recording by a ghost hunting group called Soul Searching. They captured the EVPs after an overnight investigation at the hotel. Take a listen.
Do you like the toys I brought? Do you like the toys I brought? Do you like the toys I brought? Are you alone?
Pretty strange. Over the years, many people have been scratched by an unknown force and slapped by unseen hands. Faces have also been seen in mirrors, and guests have reported hot and cold spots all around the hotel, as well as air being blown in their face. What do you make of the recording? We're always very wary of EVPs, as they can be incredibly hard to make out, but you can definitely hear some voices in those recordings. Whether or not they are paranormal, we'll leave that for you to decide. In April of 2007, as part of the Will County Ghost Hunter Society, Anthony and the team conducted an investigation at a property in Sandwich, Illinois. The homeowner had been experiencing activity in the house for many years, from orbs and voices to actually seeing entities. While the team gathered some incredible EVP evidence that backs up the homeowner's previous claims of activity. There are 2 EVPs in question that we will listen to. The first was recorded in the master bedroom after an EMF reader spiked from 0.1 to 3. The second EVP was recorded in the garage where the homeowner's son committed suicide a few years prior. Take a listen.
She's over here. She's over here. She's over here.
My aunt's suffered that way.
I'm not saying it can't be done, I'm just saying if I was going to do it that way, I'd probably drop through the hole.
Right.
Plus, you know, it's, I don't know, it's easier for somebody to find you too. Maybe it's just one from me. It's, I don't know, it's easier for somebody to find you too. Maybe it's just one from me.
When they revealed the evidence to the family, the mother responded, "That's my son's voice, I'm 100% sure," and the father walked out in tears. As the recording was heard amongst his old friends, they all said that that sounded just like him. But there is more to this investigation. On Saturday, July 21st, 2007, the team conducted a follow-up investigation, and although they didn't catch any more EVPs, they caught a very compelling image that we couldn't miss out with this story. The team set up a TV to play white noise, and a number of video cameras were set to record the TV, whereby numerous still photographs were taken. Upon reviewing the photographs, an image was found on one of them. After analysis and cleaning up the image, a face can clearly be seen. When this image was shown to the family, they confirmed the image in the photograph is that of their son who took his own life. Interesting. We are not getting any vibes that this is a hoax, and the team compiled a very detailed report which we received regarding their investigation. This of course doesn't mean it's paranormal, but it's definitely one of the more convincing stories we've seen in a while. What's your thoughts and theories on this one? A couple from the town of Armandford in Carmarthenshire, Wales, was so terrified by the chilling sounds coming from inside their home that they fled the building and called the police. Ian and Christine Tate first started hearing the noises in June 2018, and they got so bad that eventually they moved out and now live in a camper van. The pair heard odd flushing noises, children screaming, and mysterious mechanical sounds, and resorted to leaving their phones recording in different parts of the house to try and figure out where the noises were coming from. Take a listen. The couple believe the noise could be from the criminal activities happening in a secret tunnel beneath their home, such as human trafficking, and are convinced that people are living under their house. However, after police visited the house and carried out an investigation, they found nothing and had no explanation for the chilling sounds. The couple are insisting that the noises need a proper investigation, and have been handing out flyers across the UK about the noises in the hope that petition might prompt police to probe further. What's your thoughts on this one? Rambos Island. Rambos Island is located on the Missouri River near the city of Pierre, South Dakota. The area is a nature area with 7 to 10 miles of trails, and it's popular with not only hikers but also ghost hunters, both of which have reported hearing disembodied voices and footsteps during their visits, as well as unexplained orbs manifesting on their photographs. These occurrences have earned the island the reputation as one of the most haunted places in South Dakota. The reports of paranormal activity are varied and date back to 1804, when Lewis and Clark led the first American expedition to cross the western portion of the United States. but the most common story is that of a young child in great distress who appears at dusk near the river, and those who have followed the child to try and help have found themselves drawn deeper and deeper into the forested part of the island before the child disappears, leaving them lost. This next clip, posted on Reddit by YouTuber Local Legends Burton Moran, is incredibly interesting. You may need to put some headphones on to hear this one, but there is definitely something there. Take a listen.
You heard somebody, right?
I've been hearing it for the last
Yeah,
little bit.
I definitely heard somebody. Like over there, right?
Yeah.
God, just happened to have to be on the same time as they're doing that. Hello? You heard that, right? There was definitely something there. I heard something. Hello?
It's worth pointing out the location of the island means that when the wind is blowing in the right direction, it's possible that what hikers are hearing are the sounds of Pierre City. However, despite this, with all the paranormal activity associated with the island, what's your thoughts? There are a number of different things we can hear, from people talking and screaming. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this one. This next one is fairly old, but we believe it's one of the best EVPs we've ever heard from a ghost hunting series. It's featured in the very first episode of the first season of Ghost Hunters in 2014. Now we know that Jason and Grant, who founded the Atlantic Paranormal Society, are not exactly the most credible people in the world when it comes to ghost hunting, as they have been caught faking things on numerous occasions. But this audio recording is still pretty creepy. The pair were called to investigate a house in Altoona, Pennsylvania. The house was built in the 1920s and was owned by Brenda. She had lived there with her family since 2000. But since moving in, Brenda always had the feeling that they weren't the only ones living there, and that they were being watched by an unknown presence. She believed the house was haunted by at least 4 spirits, an older male and female, and 2 children, possibly called Katie and Eddie. After arriving, Jason and Grant met Brenda to discuss her house's paranormal activity, and she went through the list of strange occurrences. These included instances when Brenda's 3-year-old daughter was seen fighting tug-of-war style with an unseen entity. Also, one night, when Brenda was sleeping with her daughter, the little girl cried at her mother to help a hurt little boy named Eddie. On another night, when Brenda was drifting off to sleep, she saw something that said "Get out." There was also activity in the attic that seemed to be centered on a threatening older man. The team arranged to set up a recording devices in the girl's bedroom and in the attic, and agree on getting someone in to bless the house. Take a listen to this.
Doesn't sound like it.
Loop it a few times.
We tried to, with everything, we tried to understand what's being said, and this one we couldn't understand.
Wow. It's pretty amazing. No, that's not Anna.
You want to see another one? Or?
Yes, please.
We can always go back.
I'm just flabbergasted.
Okay, this one.
This is pretty self-explanatory, Grant. I just let her hear it and see her thoughts on it.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Do you want to hear that again?
Yes, please.
See if you can make out what it's trying to say.
Let's see if they don't want us.
Brian, why don't you see about getting her a tissue?
That's not it. It's not that we don't want them. We don't want them. We don't want them. We don't want them.
It might be a little more comforting for you.
Okay.
You're gonna hear a bang or two, and then you're gonna hear something at the end, okay? Was that Anna?
I don't know. I'd have to hear it again.
Okay.
That's not Anna. No, that's not Anna.
It sounds happy to me.
Yeah, because Anna doesn't ask to come in. She just
Comes in.
She's not that polite. Hopefully she'll become that polite.
Well, I definitely have to say that, you know, your home seems to have legitimate paranormal activity.
The team analysed the data, and although the cameras and heat sensors found nothing, the digital recorders picked up those strange EVPs. The team concluded that Brenda's home seems to have very strong paranormal activity. But what do you think? Is this proof of the paranormal, or just an elaborate TV hoax? So that's 5 creepy paranormal sounds and EVP recordings. We hope you've enjoyed, and we'd love to hear your thoughts and theories on these 5. Thanks for watching, and as always, we'll see you in the next video.